Today, at Barclays Center in Brooklyn, the Indiana Fever and the New York Liberty tipped off the 2026 WNBA preseason. And for millions of fans tuning in, this game meant one thing and one thing only. Caitlin Clark was back. Clark hadn't played a WNBA game since July 15th of last year, when she strained her right groin against the Connecticut Sun and was shut down for the rest of the season. It was the fourth separate muscle injury she dealt with in 2025 alone. Quad, groin, ankle, groin again. And it limited her to just 13 games in what should have been her sophomore breakout year. Despite all of that, she still averaged 16.5 points, 5 rebounds, and 8.8 assists per game and earned a second consecutive All-Star selection. The talent was never in question. The health was. But Clark came into training camp with a clean bill of health and declared herself fully recovered. And when that buzzer sounded at Barclays Center today, 9 months of waiting was finally over. The Liberty came in with their own storylines. Breanna Stewart, Sabrina Ionescu, and Jonquil Jones lead one of the most talented rosters in the league. And they added Sada Sabali this offseason to make themselves even more dangerous. Aaliyah Boston, Lexi Hull, and Nyara Harris were all out as well. So, neither team was at full strength. But none of that mattered to the fans who tuned in. Clark was on the floor. The WNBA is back, and every single game Indiana plays this season will air on national television. ABC, ESPN, NBC, Peacock. Music, a testament to just how much this woman has moved the needle for women's basketball. So, let's get into it. Clark wasted absolutely no time making her presence felt. She opened the scoring herself with a driving floater in the lane on the very first Fever possession. And the crowd at Barclays Center immediately came alive. 2 possessions later, she stepped all the way back to 29 feet and buried a step-back 3, her first three-pointer in 9 months. And Indiana was flying out to an 8-0 lead before New York had even found their footing. Cunningham added a 29-footer of her own to push it to 8. And the Fever looked sharp and energized from the opening tip. Stewart and the Liberty bench started to chip away. Stewart hit a cutting layup. Then Gardner drove for a layup to cut the lead to 4. And Cunningham answered with another cutting layup off a Clark assist to push it back out. The first quarter was a back-and-forth affair with both teams trading runs and neither able to fully pull away. Clark played the first quarter and looked healthy, confident, and comfortable. Her movement, her court vision, her pull-up game, all of it looked right. The Fever led 32-24 after 1, and the tone, music, was set. Then the second quarter happened, and Stewart happened in a big way. The Liberty came out of the break on an absolute tear. Stewart hit a finger roll, then a 3, then another finger roll, then another 3. 10 straight points to open the second quarter all by herself to completely erase Indiana's lead and give New York the advantage. It was a stunning 2-minute run, and it completely changed the complexion of the game. Indiana called timeout and regrouped. Music, Sue started making noise for the Liberty off the bench. She hit a hook shot, then a turnaround jumper, and New York pushed their lead to 8 at 46-39. Clark had been taken out to manage her minutes, and the Fever were suddenly without their best player at the worst possible moment. But then Kelsey Mitchell took over. Mitchell, who became the first $1 million player in Fever history this offseason, put together one of the best stretches of the game with 10 straight Indiana points, including a massive step-back 3 and a driving layup, completely flipping the momentum right back to Indiana before halftime. The Fever went into the locker room leading 53-48. Music, and as a team, they looked like a squad that had something to prove. The third quarter was all Indiana. With Clark managing her minutes on the bench, the Fever supporting cast stepped up beautifully. Music, Mitchell kept pushing. Walker Kimbrough got going off the bench. And Indiana slowly but steadily extended their lead with sharp, efficient basketball. Cunningham nailed a 3. Timmons hit a step-back jumper off a Johnson assist, and Indiana pushed the lead to 9. The Liberty kept fighting. Sue was having herself a game with 14 points by the end of the third, but they simply couldn't stop the Fever's offensive flow. Every time New York made a push, Indiana had an answer ready. Then Walker Kimbrough went on a personal run that put the game away for good. A cutting layup, a free throw, music, a three-pointer, and then a running layup off a Johnson assist to push the lead to 23. Music, the Liberty bench had no answer for any of it. and Indiana headed into the fourth quarter leading 74-68, firmly in control and rolling. The fourth quarter was complete domination from Indiana. Walker Kimbrough kept it going with a driving layup and a free throw to push the lead to double digits early. Pissett buried back-to-back threes to extend it further. And first-round pick Raven Johnson was magnificent all game long, distributing the basketball and keeping the offense moving with assist after assist. Walker Kimbrough then hit a 28-foot three off a Johnson assist to push the lead to 23. And at that point, both benches started emptying as the outcome was no longer in doubt. The Fever were just playing basketball now, relaxed, confident, music, and having fun. Exactly what you want to see from a team that has been through what Indiana has been through over the last year and a half. The Fever cruised home from there with Sue and Mail making the final score a little more respectable for the Liberty late. But Indiana never let New York get within 10 points in the fourth. The final score, Indiana Fever 109, New York Liberty 91. Mitchell and Walker Kimbrough led Indiana with 18 points each. Walker Kimbrough in particular was outstanding with 18 points and a team-high 8 assists from the reserve role. Cunningham added 13 points and hit 3 of her 6 three-point attempts, showing no ill effects from the torn MCL that ended her 2025 season. And first-round pick Raven Johnson was genuinely dazzling in her preseason debut with 6 points and 8 assists in just 17 minutes. An immediate sign that Indiana's backcourt, music, depth is going to be special this year. And then there was Clark. She played 17 minutes and finished with 7 points on 2 of 10 shooting with 3 rebounds and 4 assists. The shooting numbers weren't what anyone wanted, and she would be the first to say that. But the movement looked right. The confidence was there. And the moments where she took over were a reminder of just how special she is when healthy. She scored the first basket of the game, buried a 3 from 29 feet, and distributed the ball like only she can. For a first preseason game back from a 9-month absence, the foundation is absolutely there. For New York, Sue led all scorers with 20 points and Stewart added 16 in just 12 minutes off the bench. Mail had a solid outing with 13 points and 6 rebounds in her rookie debut, and Gardner chipped in 11. Meanwhile, music, Sabrina Ionescu added a mere 1 point to the effort. The Liberty were missing Sabaly and weren't, music, anywhere close to full strength. So, there's not too much to read into the result. But today wasn't really about the result anyway. Today was about Caitlin Clark walking back onto a WNBA floor after 9 months away. Looking healthy, looking sharp, and looking ready. The regular season starts May 8th. And after today, the rest of the league has been warned after Caitlin Clark showed the New York Liberty who is the boss. Alright, that's it for this one. Thanks for tuning in. Let us know what you thought down below in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the episode if you enjoyed it. And we'll catch you in the next one.